wait to share with you guys all of the things that are gonna happen today. I have to before we get the show started. I do have to say a couple of disclaimers. Okay, disclaimer number one: this is a featured show. What does that mean? It simply means that please keep it respectful within the chat box. Oh my God, thank you. Keep it respectful within the chat box. Keep it, inspirational and supportive and positive, because this is what Own It is all about, okay? This is what this show's all about. But also because it's a featured show. So just keep it respectful. Second disclaimer is that because it's a feature show, I am not able to acknowledge each and every single one of you guys individually at every single point of the show, like I usually would in a regular stream. Just because we have a format, we have segments, we have a way that we do things in the featured shows, because of the app, right? We have rules and guidelines that we have to follow. However, that does not mean that I don't see you all. I have my comment box on. I see you all. I have my gifts on. I see all the gifts, all the support, all the heart, all the comments, just everything, okay? I see absolutely everything. I also want to remind you, I do have bouncers on here. So if you're disrespectful, my bouncers are going to, unfortunately, kick you out, because we only want high vibes here, okay? Only high vibes and positivity within Own It. And I don't know, Emoji J, am I forgetting any disclaimers? Oh, yes. Stick around up until the very end of the show, because three things are going to happen, okay? Every single show, at the very end, I'd like to invite both my guests to the chat box together for final thoughts. There's a question that I like asking them together. We do that at the very end of the show. The second thing that happens at the very end of the show, and why you need to stick around, is whoever is my top supporter of the show today, top gifter, will become my newest bouncer, okay? I'm going to be doing a bouncer reset in the next couple of weeks, because, every 3-4 months I do a bouncer reset, so it's fair for everyone. And I have to think of other ways to make this a little bit different, more entertaining. But for now, if you are my number one supporter today, number one gifter, at the very end of the show, you will become my newest bouncer. In case you already are a bouncer on my show and you're part of my bouncing community, then you get to assign or give the bouncing powers to whoever you like. Whoever's on the show today that you like, you can give the bouncing powers to, okay? That's how the show goes. And third, but not least, stick around towards the end of the show, because I have a very important announcement for all of you, okay? So, without further ado, welcome to Own It. This is your girl, Cicely, aka That's Cuban Girl. And yes, I am in fact Cuban. I was born and raised in Cuba. I moved to the United States, when I was 14 years old, but my first language is still Spanish. I'm very Cuban, okay? Hopefully, I will be competing on Miss Cuba Universe. Fingers crossed, this summer in August in the beautiful city of Miami. We will see. I'm waiting to see if they want to make me one of the candidates. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, because you guys are my favorite community on here. You support me so much. And I'm super excited. Let's see what happens. But yes, so a little bit about myself and why I have this show called Own It is because for the last 10 years, I have been living in Los Angeles, California. I am not in LA right now. I'm in New York, but you can tell. But I've been in LA for 10 years pursuing a career in entertainment. I model, I act, I'm a TV host. I do a lot of different things. I've been a ring girl for boxing, and I've acquired a lot of knowledge within the entertainment industry. And I thought, when I first discovered this amazing, wonderful streaming community, that I wanted to give back to you guys and share with you my experiences, the things that I have learned in entertainment. But also I share a lot of inspirational, spiritual stuff that is just my opinion, right, of things that have worked for me. But I like sharing them because I believe that you cannot be successful, or you cannot advance, or just do anything in life if you're not okay from within first, right? You have to be okay here inside in order for you to share in the outside and give to other people. And that's what I do. I love doing that. But also occasionally I'll give tips and tools on tangible things that you can do to better your social media or just your life in general. Okay, so you guys, Own It is all about becoming the best version of yourselves through owning the uniqueness of who you are. I believe that we're all very unique and powerful in our very different ways. And that's why it's so important to embrace who we are, embrace our story, embrace where we come from, embrace just our experiences, our journey, all right? And that is what Own It is all about. We're here to own who we are and share our stories. And an amazing way that I do that on the show is I have two guests that join me every single Tuesday. Sometimes they're different, sometimes they're repeat guests. Like today, I have an amazing repeat guest that I love. She's amazing. You guys are going to see her in a minute. But yeah, I love connecting with you guys and hearing your stories, and hopefully we can inspire. And if you can't relate to me, at least you're going to be able to relate to one, if not two, of my guests on the show. Okay, so welcome once again to Own It. Thank you for joining me, being here. Thank you for the favorites. I do want to invite you to favorite the guests, show love, show support, just be there for one another. Go to people's streams if you meet them on here, be part of the conversation of the comment box. I love that you guys are here, and I'm so grateful for you guys. I missed you guys so much. I took a break last week. I really needed it. And I was launching something, but I'm back and I'm so excited to be here, y'all. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I have said it all, and I think it's time to share the topic of the day today, and then to invite my first guest of the day in today's show. So this topic of today, it's something that we've talked about on the show before, but that is okay because it's been a minute that we haven't talked about it. And it is my birthday month. Okay, the birthday month is not over yet, and I love talking about these things with you guys because I feel like it's going to help you. And also, it is inspired by my first guest. I was reading my first guest bio today. I don't think I know him unless he or she, sorry, they, I'm not really sure how to address you, but unless they change their username, I don't think I know them, but I'm excited. And today's topic on the show is mental health, because when I read their bio, I was like, you know what? We haven't talked about mental health in a while, and I think it's time. And I think this person is going to be the best person to talk about mental health on today's show. So remember, quick reminder, okay? Keep it respectful. It is a featured show. No profanity on the show. Keep it respectful in the comment box. For my guests, quick reminder, if you're driving, please stop driving. Do not drive while you're on the show. Make sure that you're stationary somewhere. And also for my guests, make sure, no cursing and the whole thing. But you guys, thank you so much. And without further ado, let me welcome my very first guest of today in today's show. He really enjoys arts and crafts. He's an activist. He does activist work within their streams, an LGBT supporter and trans supporter. He shares knowledge and mental health topics on streams and within his community. Please, everybody, welcome to Own It, the wonderful, flirty Danny. Hello.
Yes, I do a lot of mental health work in the stream and actually in my own community. And I also do a lot of activist work with the LGBT, and now as of next week, the social justice department with getting money raised for immigrants coming to the country.
I love that so much. So tell me, before we get into the mental health topic, but I love that you addressed that. Just tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I'm Flirty Danny. um, uh, Basically, I arts and crafts is like a passion of mine. I run a business. So that's like, and it's something that helps my mental health when I'm on stream, or if I'm having a bad day, I can just come on and sew an outfit. So, sew an outfit, or just like put something together, or a DIY project, even if it takes 20 minutes to show my fan base and show everyone off, and just enjoy myself and just try to make sure on stream that we can have fun and I can bring my art to the community as well as my knowledge.
I love that. So first, let me ask you, because I made your
Yes.
screen larger. Do you mind, or do you want the
No.
screen smaller? It's
Nope.
okay? Okay. Okay, cool. Um, so with the arts and crafts, how did that come about? How did you start?
Honestly, it was when I was actually in rehab. When I went to rehab for alcohol and substance abuse, I started doing arts and crafts while I was in there and learning about myself. Sometimes learning about yourself does take more of a physical toll on you when you're in a place for 30 to 60 days and you literally have no connection to the outside world, no phone, no laptop, no anything, and you're just by yourself. And I was just surprised on how well picked up sewing and crocheting while I was there, and just making things out of nothing. And so I just, after I got out of it, I kind of like, you know what, this would be a great thing to bring onto my stream, especially since I'm not drinking anymore and I'm not like doing shots with friends. And I want to bring more of a serious me to this platform instead of uh, drunk, as I call it.
I love that. And well, congratulations first and foremost for, getting healthier. That's super important. It's something that not a lot of us can do, just be completely sober. And I commend you for doing that. Do you think that, so okay, so how did streaming come about for you?
I started back in 2017. Originally, I came on here my roots on this app was as a grief counselor. I lost my almost husband to suicide back in 2016. So I came on here and I originally wanted to talk about counseling, grieving, but I wasn't grieving. And I just went a very destructive route and started drinking. So when I came on here initially back then, it was about that, and then it's just turned. Something I had switched to a 360, and I turned into a big mess on here.
Okay, I love that. Congrats for that, for turning your life around. That must have been really difficult, and I'm so sorry to hear it about your partner. So how do you think the streaming community helped you get through that?
The streaming community on here at the beginning, it still is. It was amazing. There was not many people as it is today. So seeing the site grow and change over the years, and see more people come that might have lost their significant other or going or went through something similar than me. That's what well, I'm still here because watching it grow, watching the streaming community help me and still helping me through my loss, like every year for my OGs that were with me in the beginning, they'll check up on me, they'll phone call me, they'll text me, and I talk about my story on live. Um, and I have newer people coming in and wanting to get a hold of me, text me, make sure I'm okay, make sure I'm not right.
Okay. Give me just 1 second. So you don't have to answer that. Okay. So I love that. And, I'm really grateful that, the community has helped you. It's helped me also. And I talk about it all the time on here. What would you say to someone who's going through a very difficult time, and basically someone who's going through what you went through?
Ooh, I tell them just step back from your day to day life. Sometimes you need that because everyone, for some reason, as humans, we like to stay busy. If we're not busy, that's when a lot of us will get into our heads. And when we get into our heads, depending on the person, it's very dark. It's not light, rainbows, happiness that we show on the outside. So helping someone through it, I would tell them to step back, think, try to settle yourself a little bit, do meditation, um, just find something that you like to do, or let me help you find some professional help to get you to maybe on a better road from something that I can do down here in DC. I have a national directory of a lot of mental help advocates and are from all over the USA at my disposal. And it's I tell people if you need help, um, always let me know because having the directory of of mental health and mental health professionals and advocates, why am I not using it?
Is that what you do in your community where you live? How do you help your community exactly?
So this past weekend we went through a disaster. We had an E5 tornado hit between DC and Baltimore, which is not. It was only 230-mile winds. It was mainly in the country royal side of my community. So the only thing it really took away from us is like our crops, um, a little bit of some farms, some houses, and some animals got lost in the mix. It was only 476,000 worth of damages. So I went out and I helped them clean up. Today and yesterday, I was in the community, even though I didn't have power. I was still helping out my other community members in the community I live in to be like, hey, do you need help maybe poiling this pile of rocks here? Or do you need help fixing your fence? I see you have a dog. Do you want me to take him for a walk while you maybe try to figure out a way you need to get gas or something?
I'm going to make a quick pause and welcome everybody who's just tuning in right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Own It. This is your feature show with me, Cicely, aka That Cuban Girl. This happens here exclusively on the live streaming community of Meet Me every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And on during Own It, the intention with the show is for you and I to become the best version of ourselves through owning the uniqueness of who we are. I believe that we all have a very unique journey and story that is worth sharing. So it doesn't matter if you can't relate to me and my story. I'm sure that you'll be able to relate to either one of my guests every single show. That is the intention of feature shows, right? To support each other, to plug, like I say, plug each other up, right? Like to make everybody support one another on the app and to build community. And that is the most important thing. Okay. Right now I'm talking to my first guest of the day, Flirty Danny, and he's an activist. He's an LGBT. Thank you. I had to look down at my notes. I was like, whoa,
You
what?
have a lot of letters. Well, just the alphabet. I'm sorry.
Yes, LGBT supporter and activist, and he's just an amazing soul and who's been through a lot, and he's sharing his story. So I just want to remind everybody to keep it respectful on the chat. I just kicked somebody out for being disrespectful. I do not condone disrespect on the show, whether it's featured or not featured. We're all here to share our stories. If you don't want to hear them, you can leave, okay? So, Danny, I just want to ask you, being an LGBT supporter and activist, what is your message? Obviously, keeping it PG-13 for the feature show, but
Yes.
what is your message for all of those people who are disrespectful towards you guys and your community?
It's not just the LGBT for starters. I work with HRC for all human rights, but the thing in the LGBT department we're trying to get through is just equality. There's 20 states still that if they find out you're basically they call it like a member. I don't remember signing up for their membership when I came out of the closet. Um, so if you're a member of the LGBT or something, they will actually dock your pay. They will give you unfair wages, or they will sometimes, and even in the trans community, not hire you at all based on because you're transitioning. So we try to convey we want just equality, equal rights for the new immigrants and the next generation coming to America, to the the black lady down the street who might not have anything to a member like me who is trans and starting my transition process as of a couple of days ago, going from just make sure we have like equal rights all the way around in every community that some communities are still facing hardships about or trying to still find work because of the sexual race, creed, or orientation of themselves or even their ethnicity.
So I would like for you to shed some light on the trans community because, for example, for someone like me, it's a bit difficult to understand. I have compassion for you guys, but because we don't go through it, right? It might be difficult to understand what you go through. So can you shed some light on the topic so people can understand and have more compassion towards you?
Basically, it's a lot of just mental health. We have to go through counseling for over a year. At that point, they will say you have body dysmorphia, or they'll continue the help and research and figure out what might be causing some of these feelings or emotions in you. My body dysmorphia is more reflective, so sometimes if I get in my head a little bit too much, I will see a woman put pretty much on when I look in the mirror or walking around the house or just something the simple day-to-day life like brushing my teeth. A woman might appear in the mirror to me and just basically with what's going on in our community in our US community as a whole United States is that there was a lot of people now looking into mental health, now figuring out that we all people, we just have a different way of living. We have to go through estrogen process or testosterone for trans males. And we have to pretty much just go through puberty again. Mood swings, crampiness, bloatiness, and just basically try to fit into a body that we wanted to do. It's basically body dysmorphia for the trans community is basically just like bulimia, and some eating disorders, well, a category under, which is great because now that they have us basically in the books, they can start figuring out quicker ways to help us instead of most transgenders who don't come out of the closet or don't get help for body dysmorphia usually end up dead within the first 10 years after they start feeling these emotions, usually by suicide, or 80% of them will actually have an addiction issue and not want to present those feelings as well.
Well, thank you for sharing. Give me 1 second, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your story with us. I really appreciate you being so open and sharing your journey. And good luck with your transitioning. Are you excited?
I am. My trans family and my drag family came together last night, and we had a little. We didn't have a Memorial Day celebration. We had a like kind of. We had a Memorial Day celebration, but at night we kind of partied a little bit. I had fake champagne, which is just like apple cider in a champagne bottle.
To treat
And
your
we just had
brain.
a nice party. So,
Amazing. Well, congratulations again. Please don't go anywhere because I like to bring both my guests at the very end of the show for final thoughts. But I'm super, super excited. Oh, before you go, do some shout outs. Any shout outs?
I honestly just want to say a shout out to my supporter and my fan base and I don't call my fan base. I call my little cupids that run around the app. We call us mischief, trouble, and love. Give a shoot if you're a cupid and you're in the room right now. Big shout out to you for always coming by my stream or even checking on me. And my top 10 supporters, especially my trans drag mother, who's now my number one supporter and has been helping me with the paperwork and all the trans process for me so I could get in my body that I've always been wanting.
Well, congratulations again. If you're happy and excited, I'm happy and excited for you. And, maybe you can come back on the show once your transition is more towards the end, I don't know, a year from
Yeah,
now or like.
Female side. Once I get more into the female side of things and get rid of a little bit of this, I'll come back on.
Sure. Okay. I'll be really happy to have you back. And, thank you. Like I said, don't go anywhere, okay? I'm going to see you in a little bit. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
How amazing was that, my loves? I am so, so happy to always talk to you guys. And, I always get to meet amazing people. Thank you, Moji J, for bringing Flirty Danny to the show today. Really appreciate people that show up on the show and share their story. And most of the time, it's not easy. A lot of us have difficult stories and difficult things we've been through, but I believe that if we deal with life from a kind and compassionate perspective, that's what makes our world better, our community better, right? And that's what I strive for on the show, just for us to support each other and make each other better. So thank you, Flirty Danny, for sharing. And, he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to come back at the end of the show. But you guys, for now, I want to welcome everybody who is just tuning in right now. Welcome to Own It. This is your featured hour here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time with me, that Cuban girl. I want to invite everyone to not just favor me, but go on Instagram and follow me. I believe Emoji J has been dropping my Instagram on here in the comment box, but I also have it in the description of the live, I believe. I made a very important announcement today on my Instagram. So if you guys can go and connect with me, I would really appreciate it. I love connecting with you guys. I reply to most of my DMs as long as you're respectful. And I just love talking to you all. So with that said, I'm going to do some shout outs before I continue with the show. One sec, let me move my light. Okay. Ooh, I have to be careful not end the live stream. Okay, so let me do some shout outs right now. Oh my God, Mike D, what? I can't believe it. Okay. I'm going to start with top 5. Thank you so much. Ailey is not yet rated. Thank you. Number 4, Moons. Number 3, David. Number 2, Benz. And number 1, my dear friend and supporter, Mike D. Thank you so much for the 13K, Mike. I can't believe it. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm also going to do some shout outs in the comments because it's not all about the diamonds, right? I appreciate the comments, just your energy being here. So shout out and hello to Peter. Hello to Ailey's not yet rated. Kent, Hunter, Thomas, Gary, Britt, thank you. And a big shout out, that reminds me, big shout out to the amazing Woo Woo family of Top Batch Kawaii who are here today. So thank you for supporting and being here. I've known them for a little bit and they're an amazing group, an amazing family. Shout out to Flirty Danny. Shout out to GT21. Who else? Hold on. Mel Bell, La Dueña, Chris, Pink Daddy, Moji J, my admin, Jay. Thank you everyone for being here. I quickly just went through the comments. Hello, Guido from Uruguay. Hello for the favorites. I appreciate you all. And I just wanted you to know that I do. So we're about to continue with Own It and continue with the show. And the next thing we have to do is I'm going to share with you the quote of the day. And the quote of the day today is extremely simple, but it is so powerful. Are you guys ready? Drop a 1 in the comment box if you guys are ready for the quote of the day. Come on. Hey, thank you guys for the 1s and the 2s. Thank you. Okay, so the quote of the day says, you don't have to struggle in silence. You don't have to struggle in silence. And it is very short, very sweet, but very effective. And the reason I chose that quote, and it spoke to me, is because how many times we struggle in silence, and it's just referring back to what Flirty Danny was talking about people just not talking about, in his trans community, for example, that a lot of them end up, I don't want to say the words, I don't know if I'm supposed to, but, they struggle in silence and then unfortunately they decide not to be here anymore. And that is the power of not struggling in silence. And I believe that this is, this live streaming community could be very impactful when it comes to that, if we do it the right way, if we are supportive, if we are inspirational, if we are positive, if we support one another and love one another and treat one another with compassion. This could be the type of community that allows people not to struggle in silence. And I think that, there's power in numbers and there's energy in numbers, right? And when we all come together and support each other and help each other and love each other, amazing things and amazing miracles can happen. You guys don't know how many times you probably helped somebody simply by acknowledging them in the comment box and by talking to them and wishing them an amazing day. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what people are going through on the other side of the screen. And I know that for a lot of people, diamonds are important, but I just want to remind you that we're all humans, and every single person in your comment box is human. And just by you saying hello and acknowledging somebody one day can truly save someone's life or make someone's day better and brighter. So I just want to invite you all from now on to acknowledge people a little bit more, just a little bit more, because you don't know the effect and the change that you can cause on people. Exactly, just ask. Yep, 100%. So you guys, welcome to Own It. If you guys are just tuning in right now, if you're here, if you came across the show, thank you, welcome. I want to invite you to favor me and favor my guests and show support and check out all the other streams and check out my social media. I love connecting with you all. I love making friends and creating just healthy relationships and connections on here. So make sure that you connect with me, you DM me, you say hello. If you're respectful, I always get back to you. I promise. Okay, and I'm always on Instagram, by the way. Okay, so let's continue with the show today. Today's show topic is mental health. And I picked this topic because my first guest is an advocate and activist for mental health and the LGBT community. And my second guest is someone who's actually a repeat guest. Okay, gotcha. It's actually a repeat guest on the show. I've also been part of another show with her, which was really fun. What was it called? No Picture Carlos, right? We did that together. I don't know. I've known Britt for a few months, I believe, and she's always so sweet, knowledgeable, she's beautiful, she's amazing, and I just love that she's my guest today as well. So let me know when you're ready, Britt. But I'm going to quickly introduce her, and while she gets ready for a second. But okay, so my second guest of the day today is the beautiful Britt, who is part of the Uwu family here, Top Batch Kawaii's family. And in case you guys don't know what a family is on here, I'm gonna let you know I didn't know what a family was, to be honest with you. Are you guys hearing like a mic? Are you guys hearing like something? Hello, hello? No, I am. That's weird. I think my audio might be connected to Flirty Danny. Is it? That's so weird. That's very weird. Okay. Sorry, guys. No, I swear I heard, no, it was coming from the phone. I promise you. But okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so Britt, she's 25. She's a teacher by day and a streamer by night. She's part of the Uwu family, which is Top Batch Kawaii's family, and she loves meeting new people on her streams. Everybody, please welcome to Own It, the beautiful Britt.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Sorry we're having to do this from the car. It's been a
No,
day.
it's okay. As long as you're not driving, we're all good.
Yes, I am not driving. I have the keys in the passenger seat. There's no moving happening.
Okay, good. Well, welcome to Own It. You're no stranger to the show.
No, definitely not. That's for sure.
So how have you been? How's everything? Tell everyone who you are in case there's people here who don't know you.
I've been pretty good. So I am Britt. I am a teacher. I teach fourth grade right now. And I decided that next year I am going to be moving schools and districts and grade levels. So I am taking a big leap of faith into this unknown, but I'm really excited about it because I feel like I'm going to impact more kids and I'm going to be able to do a better job being able to impact those kids that don't necessarily have a role model in their life. I've been with the kids that are the Richie kids that have everything that they could ever desire. But my heart is truly with those that cannot, do not understand what true empathetic love is, and don't have a role model. And so I have been very stressed the past few weeks trying to get my life together to move it to another district. But I mean, I've been pretty good. I can't complain. God's
I
blessed
love
me in
that.
many ways.
So I don't know if you can share. If you can't, that's fine. But what grade do you teach now?
I teach fourth grade and I'm going into third. So I'm just going a step down. Um, but it is a big step down.
Why? Why? Thank you. Why are you going to a younger grade?
The main reason is like in fourth grade, there is so much drama. I have never in my life known drama like this. Like it is absolutely terrible. And I know it sounds like crazy, like my kids must be like insane, but like it's legit like certain like triangle like love stories, and like these kids are like dating each other and they don't like them, and like because that person dumped them at the place. Like it is like wild. And I have had more drama this year than ever before because these kids, these younger generations, that all they have is a cell phone in front of their hands. And so they have unlimited access to social media. And some of these kids do not need to know the things that they know in social media. Like I was not allowed to have a I wasn't allowed to have a cell phone or a Snapchat until I was like eighth grade. These kids are in fourth grade, got Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all the things. And I just cannot fathom the fact that like they bring drama from their social life on into class. And that is like a big thing that I'm like, if I'm not somebody, I'm going to address it unless it's like cyberbullying, then I'm stepping in. But the minute that it's like she said this on Snapchat, she said this, I'm not feeding into that. I'm not, nope. You need to leave that at the door or talk to your mama. Like, I'm not your mama and I don't control that. And I'm not not involving myself in your drama that you choose to bring into your life. And so we've done a lot of lessons on how to just leave each other alone. Like, just no. And they're also getting in the touchy phase, and that's just really hard for me because I'm like, I know these little girls don't understand these boys are having their like raging hormones, and like when you hugged him when he was like when y'all are in kindergarten, it was fine, but now there's hormones added to it, so that's an extra layer of stuff. And so I'm like, just keep your hands off each other. At least with third grade, when I taught third grade, it was very like there's not that much drama. They were still like second graders and they were still like babies, and they were very naive and they hadn't started the attitude thing. Now, like I went up to fourth grade and it's just like nothing but attitude. Nothing but attitude.
And that is about 8 years old, or
8 and 9. Yeah. Hmm.
wow. Oh my gosh. I just cannot believe that they're dating at 8 or 9. That's crazy.
It is
Um,
so crazy.
but so Britt, with that said, well, congrats. I know it's been a transition for you, but I'm sure that you'll be happier. What made you want to go into a different district and help the least what's the word? Privileged kids.
Um, so I feel like my purpose as an educator was to make an impact. And um I just I will say this much. My district that I'm at is very wealthy and it is very known for like the richy rich kids. There are some parts in it that are not the richy rich, but majority of it is very richy. And they come from money. These kids don't show the gratitude that a child that like a goodie bag that's like from the Dollar Tree that I put together and maybe spent $10 per child on, to them is like trash. But to a child that's never had that from a teacher, that's like gold. And they're grateful for it. And I taught for a semester in South Africa, and I felt the gratitude of what it's like to be a teacher there, because you don't know. I mean, we treat, compared to how they treat their teachers, our teachers are treated terribly. I mean, they are so gracious for for their kids. Like, there was not a time that I did not have a meal cooked for me at my house when I was staying there. Not that I'm saying that I need that from parents, but it's just the kids were grateful. Like, me bringing over American chocolate in my suitcase to give them was like a major deal to them, because they had never had it. Now, these kids that have everything that they want, they don't ever feel the gratitude of it. And so I went and I actually, like, I interned at the school that I was at, that I'm moving to, and I wanted to stay there, but there was no position open. And I felt like I had a purpose there. I felt like the kids loved me, the parents needed me. I mean, now I will say there were some behavior issues, but that comes with the territory. And so I feel like when I made this shift, it was not just like, oh, I'm just ready to get out of this district, I'm tired of the same old town. It was more of I felt like these kids need me more, and they need somebody that's going to be like a firm role model to them and is going to love them like they're my own, but also treat them like they're my own. Like, I'm going to love you no matter what, but I'm going to be harsh on you because I know where you got to be. And so I feel like a lot of these kids, especially in this part of the city that I'm moving to, I'm moving classes to, is very like gang related. It's very, these kids don't have anything other than being on the street. And I want them to understand that there's another option out there. That it does not have to be that you follow your brother that's now in jail for assault, or your brother's in jail for attempted murder at 18. That's not you don't have to go down that road. You can go down a different road. Even though the odds seem stacked against you, if you put the work in, you'll get there. And I've instilled that in my kids now, but I just feel like my calling is to impact kids, and I feel like I'm impacting them, but not enough. I feel like those kids that really need a role model, that don't have a good role model in their life, really need somebody like me to like keep them on the straight and narrow. And I'm a really good person about, like, I have this child that I taught my first year teaching, and I call him my bonus son. And I literally go to every sporting event for him. I literally go to every single academic event for him. He is in middle school now. I taught him when he was in 3rd grade. He's a 7th grader now. I will follow him until he graduates high school, and then I will keep going. It will keep going on. But I feel like, but he didn't have anybody prior to me being his role model. And I feel like that's just the main reason why I chose to. I know it was a long worded answer.
So I actually like the question that Mel Bell asked, and she said, do you think that has anything to do with economic background? Don't you think that it could be taught from home?
I think it could definitely be taught from home. And I think the economic background, especially in the district that I'm at, is very, very privileged. Like, these kids don't go without. These kids don't ever have to worry about a thing. They're constantly given what they need. A lot of my students, their parents own businesses, and they know that when they graduate high school, they're going straight into that career. So why would they work hard when they already know they have a guaranteed career for the rest of their life? So, like, it's very, I mean, I have some kids that are very grateful. Don't get me wrong. Now, I will say that majority of them are very, very, very well off. But I also have friends that aren't in the middle class. They're not, they don't necessarily have all the fancy pins that some of my kids have, or they don't have all the nice little cute dresses every like other day. I don't. There's one child, I swear to God, I've never seen the same dress on her twice. I don't know where in the world she keeps getting these new clothes from. I mean, she's got a brand new dress on every day, brand new little bow, brand new little shoe. Like, I don't know what closet she's got. She must be in the master closet at this point because she has got every single clothes I've ever seen. And I think the hard thing for me as a teacher is to teach how it is to be unprivileged. And that's just the fact that
Sorry guys,
they
I
don't
don't know what that is. That is not me. The audio, I'm sorry.
You're fine now. No, you're good. It's been happening all throughout the app. Supposedly they were trying to fix the bugs today because it happened on another featured show I was on. So
Okay.
it's happened. But
Well, but I love that. I love that you're aware and that, you know, ultimately you're doing what is going to make you happy and what you feel in your heart is going to help the other kids. And that's super important too. So more power to you.
yeah. And my kids, like Melville was saying, teaching kindness. You're fine, Clay. My kids, and they know this, I teach them day one that my biggest thing in my room is kindness. And they can tell me, I say, what's my biggest thing? And they will scream at me kindness because they know that the expectation is that you don't have to like everybody in your life. I don't like everybody in my own building, but I treat them with kindness. And that's all you have to do. And the fact is that you never know the impact that you can have on one person for that one day. They might be beating themselves up. And especially my fourth graders, I've really tried to rail this into them. You never know what might have happened prior to coming through that door. I have a child in my class who, you know, Mother's Day just came up, and I didn't even I was not thinking, and we were doing a Mother's Day craft, and one of my friends just starts crying, and I didn't understand, and then it clicked with me. Last year he lost his family in a fire. He was the sole survivor of it. That's the first Mother's Day he's not had his mom. Now he's with his grandma. So these are the things and the fact is that I've put that empathy factor in my classroom that I didn't even have to sit there and go to that child and comfort them. The rest of them were comforting him because they knew how to deal with it. And so I have built that, instilled in that with them. It's a long process, and it's not going to take one teacher doing it. It's going to take multiple teachers pushing it into them for them to finally see being kind is the way to go. You don't need to be negative. You don't have to always be this negative Nelly, and trying to push that into them. Sometimes it's very hard because it's also set by example. I'm only one example in their whole life. Their parents are the main primary example. Well, if their mom is a mean person all the time, they're never going to see that kindness because all they see is what they're seeing being modeled. And so I do a lot of modeling of kindness with my kids, especially my younger kids, because they don't know. When I say, give somebody a compliment, they're looking like, what? What is that? I have no idea what you're saying. That sounds like a foreign language. They have no idea. So modeling it a lot of the time, especially with younger kids, is a big thing. But it is hard, especially with those economic stability kids that have everything that they need. It's very hard because they don't see that there's people that can be struggling. And that's kind of hard, but they can,
It's okay. Okay. No, so I can relate to what you're saying because I was just talking to someone yesterday exactly about this. This is a friend of mine, you know, grew up privileged, however, is a very kind person, and that's how we became friends, because even despite of his background, he's very kind and compassionate and sweet. And I am the way I am because I grew up in Cuba and I didn't have anything. I didn't have the basic needs that we have in the US, or the basic things such as a can of soda. I did not have. When I grew up in Cuba, a can of soda was a luxury, kind of probably after, right? So that's how I grew up till I was 14. You know, didn't have a lot of things, and so that made me who I am. So I do think that it's very important what you're doing and instill that in people, and gratitude is amazing. Exactly. No toys. I remember that I had a doll that my grandma had sent me from Miami, one of those baby dolls, and that is the one doll that I had for years and years, and I would not let go of her. And that's it's the thing. So I appreciate what you do, and you're amazing. And thank you for being on the show. And I want to ask you, what is like, are you trying to reach any specific goals within the streams?
Um, I would like to sit here and say I want to be a top badge, like my YY, but my goal mainly on this app is to be a safe place for people to come and just to have fun. I've never been like the person that's like, oh, we're gonna do this day and we're gonna do this. I never have a schedule. Okay. Like I have a scheduled time where I do an event with my family, but like other than that, the rest of it's up in the air. Um, I mean, me and Diablo last night were like picking random numbers for Pokemon and what our Pokemon will be during the zombie apocalypse. I mean, it's very random. But I mainly want to be like a safe place and like a place where people can go just to have fun and just like say, okay, I can come to this live because I know she's gonna be having fun doing something, or she's gonna make me laugh, or she's gonna do something. I just want to be that. I mean, if I get to the top patch, great. If I don't, I know I did what my purpose was on this ad. And so I am grinding for the 5K faves. I have hit my 4,196, I think is what I had when I last checked. So I am grinding for the faves. I like the faves more than I like the diamonds. So I mean, it's way free, and so I'm fine with the free. But I mean, that's really all that I'm planning on doing with my stream.
You don't have to want to be a top batch. Not everyone needs to be a top batch, so you could have other different goals. We only have a few minutes left for the featured hour, even though I know we can stay here longer, but I want to make sure that I get both of you guys in the box before the feature hour is over. So I want to invite Flirty Danny to request the chat box. Thank you. And I want to answer I have two people ask me where I'm from in Cuba. I am from Havana. So that's where I grew up, in Havana, Cuba. So let me allow Flirty Danny in the box. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back. Did you guys know each other?
Yes.
Yes.
We've been on a few shows together.
I've worked with her, and it's always a pleasure working with her. Never a dull moment.
I love that. Yeah, I did a show. I did put No Picture Carlos with Britt, and that was really, really fun. I'm glad that I got to do that show before it finished, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love that show.
You guys, thank you both for being on the show today. I want to invite everyone here right now, okay? I want to say, this is the most people we've had seen the show ever since we did the whole POF split. So this is the most audience that I've had on the feature after the POF split. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I want to encourage you all and invite you to favor my guests. Please favor them right now. Go watch their streams. Go support them. They're amazing people, and this is the goal of featured shows, okay? So I want to ask you guys a question that I like asking all of my guests, and Britt already knows this, but what is the one thing you can own about yourself and your journey that has helped you?
Go ahead, Danny.
Oh, okay. Honestly, just equality. I own equality. I love it's one thing no one can take away is knowledge. And over the years, learning and growing with equality, I own that. And I live in DC, so come from the metropolitan. So yes, we own it.
I love that, Britt.
I own acceptance in all factors of life. I own the fact that no child or any human is going to be the same. And whatever they decide to be, or whoever they decide to be, is not up to me. It's up to them, and accepting them in that path and accepting them in that journey, which is sometimes very hard as an educator, because sometimes I'm like, girl, you cannot sing, but you say you want to be the next Beyonce. Okay, go for it, girl. But Lord knows you better get some sound lessons before then.
Can I interrupt you real quick? I love that you brought that up.
Yes.
It's very important that you still encourage them. When I was 12 years old in Cuba, I wanted to be a singer, and I had a music teacher make me sing the national anthem, the Cuban national anthem, which is, it ain't cute, you guys. truthfully. And she said to me, you will never be able to be a singer. You are tone deaf. And that marked me forever. So if you're a teacher or somebody with authority, never put your kids down, because they will remember your words as long as they live.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
For
For
sure.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I'm done. I'm good. I was done anyways. I'm good.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Do you have last shout outs you want to do before I let you go?
I have one thing.
Go ahead.
Well, two things. I do my own kind of show where I do like get to know us Uwu edition every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's not featured, but it's kind of just like I'm one of the newest members of Uwu, so I'm trying to get to know them because they all know each other, and I'm trying to get to know them. Sometimes it gets spicy, sometimes it's very PG, sometimes it's not. But you never know what you can get. But also, I wanted to shout this out because Kauai's in the comments. Kauai needs dads. If you are a dad, if you have a child and you are called daddy, she is doing a They Call Me Daddy auction, and we still need daddies. And so it is the Friday before Father's Day. So please sign up. If you want to sign up, hit me up or hit Kauai up. She's in the DM. She's in the comments. She's going to comment right now. She's going to put her little flower. Come on, Kauai. You in here. I know you in here. But she definitely needs some more dads. She's been looking for some dads. So if you're a dad and you're in the comments and you want to do an auction, go for it. She's also doing a Veterans Day auction, but we're looking for this one first.
I love that. Have you talked to Papa Bear?
No. I'm going to push him out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get with Papa Bear.
I do a show called Addiction Hour on Thursdays at 7, and we go into the minds of addicts. And on Wednesday nights we do Pride's Downfall, where we talk about everything in the Pride community and why we should support LGBT and some of the struggles and hardships that we face in reality.
Awesome.
I love that. I love that. Amazing, you guys. Well, thank you to both of you for being on the show today. I've really appreciated your energy and your stories. Thank you for being open. Good luck, Flirty Danny, with your transition. I'm sure I'll be seeing you here often. And Britt, thank you so much. Good luck also with your moving schools. And I'll be seeing you guys soon. Thank you so much for being for being here. Bye. And you guys, don't go anywhere, because I am about to tell you a little bit of there's two things we still got to do in the next few minutes. Number one, I have to appoint my new bouncer of the stream. Okay, I did not forget, don't worry. And number two, before I do that, I'm going to announce that just today on my Instagram, I dropped a new digital product, and this is an amazing thing. I mean, if you want to know more, just go to my Instagram, follow the stories, or DM me and I'll explain to you. But it is a social media ultimate branding course, and it's literally the holy grail. I've been studying it for the last 2 months. It's helped me so much. So if you're out there trying to improve your social media, or elevate your brand, and anything related to that, it is so easy, step by step. It's like it explains like if you're 5 years old. So I launched that today, and I'm super excited, and I wanted to share that with you guys. But also, most importantly, just thank you for being here. Like, seriously, I appreciate you all. We have had the most views today since the POF split, and I'm so grateful, so happy. And that talks a lot about everyone's energy when it comes together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So that without further ado, I'm going to do the shout outs for the bouncer of the day. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to, oops. I'm trying not to end the stream. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do a little bit of shout outs to people on the comment box. Thank you, Christian. I have seen all your comments today. Thank you, Christian Hernandez. Ailey is not yet rated. Hello, shout out. Shout out to Silan for the favorite. Thank you. Shout out to Peter, who also was writing in the comment a lot today. I appreciate you. Thank you to Mel Bell, part of the Uwu family. Thank you for being here. Let me favorite you. Do I know you? Nope, I just favored you. I love the Uwu family. Very uplifting, inspirational people. So thank you guys for being here. I literally saw everyone's comment today. Even if I didn't acknowledge you, I saw you. And so without further ado, I am going to be doing the shout outs, my gifter shout outs. Let me put the light away real quick so I don't end this by mistake. All right, so let's do some shout outs. I'm gonna do number 10, okay, my top 10. Top 10, David. Number 9, Benz. Number 8, GT21. Number 7, Ailey's Not Yet Rated. Number 6, Jesse. Jesse was also commenting. Thank you for all your comments, Jesse. He told me I had a pretty smile, so thank you. Number 5, Jonathan. Number 4, Gary. Number 3, Peter with double fire emoji. Number 2, Poker Queen. And number 1, my dear friend, Mike D. Everybody go favorite Mike D. He's an amazing person and supporter. And he becomes my newest bouncer. Is he already a bouncer on my stream? And he is already a bouncer on my stream. So because he's already a bouncer on my stream and I don't think he's here, I think I'm going to